Hello, and welcome to this first week of Advent to 2020 from St. Matthew Lutheran Church in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I'm Arlene Volk, and I'm one of the members there. We're so happy you're with us, and we pray that it's a meaningful time for us all. We're basing these videos on the booklet, Maya Angelou, and the Freedom Poetry of Advent, which is from the SALT Project. This one seemed especially appropriate for this year with all the suffering that COVID and other fires and all these things have caused this year, so that we can take time to think about all the people who are suffering. Printed copies have been mailed to all our regular mailing list, and if you didn't receive one, we'd be happy to send you either a printed copy or a digital version. Just send your request to the church, info@stmatthewelc.com, and give us your name and address, an email address if you want the digital version, or a mailing address if you want the printed version. And we also will include the 5 poems that are used in the 5 devotions. We'll be lighting a candle in a little bit, and I invite you to pause this video for a minute and get a candle for yourself so that you can light one at your house as well. Each week we're going to add a candle as we move toward Christmas. The theme of this week is hope, and there's much food for thought and prayer here. So I encourage you to take time each day, maybe as part of a mealtime, to light a candle, read the Bible verses and or the poem for the week, and pray and follow some of the practices. Here are the verses from the Bible today. The first one is from Isaiah. Oh, that you would tear open the heavens and come down, so that the mountains would quake at your presence. And the second reading by verses from Mark. Beware, keep alert, for you do not know when the time will come. The poem for this week is A Plagued Journey by Maya Angelou, and it describes how life has its moments of hope and darkness and how humans have to face them. In the poem, hope ebbs as the light fades, and the woman there is a captive in a Pakistani prison, and she really has no hope, it seems. But we as Christians have the light of Jesus, which will not leave us. A Plagued Journey. There is no warning at the door, nor heavy feet to stomp on the voyeur boards. Safe in the dark prison, I know that light slides over the fingered work of a toothless woman in Pakistan. Happy prints of invisible time are illumined. My mouth agape rejects the solid air and lungs hold. The invader takes direction and seeps through the plaster walls. It is at my chamber, entering the keyhole, pushing through the padding of the door. I cannot scream. A bone of fear clogs my throat. It is upon me. It is sunrise, with hope its arrogant rider. My mind, formerly quiescent in its snug encasement, is strained to look upon their rapturous visages, to let them enter even into me. I am forced outside myself to mount the light and ride joined with hope. Through all the bright hours, I cling to expectation until the darkness comes to reclaim me as its own. Hope fades, day is gone into its irredeemable place, and I am thrown back into the familiar bonds of disconsolation. Gloom crawls around, lapping lasciviously between my toes, at my ankles, and it sucks at the strands of my hair. It forgives my heady fling with hope. I am joined again into its greedy arms. Particularly during Advent, Christians are called to dwell in the shadows. After all, it's in the dark that we light candles, since that's when they do the most good. With this in mind, instead of simply lighting a candle of hope. First, turn towards specific shadows of hopelessness in our lives, in our neighbors' lives, and around the world. With Angelou, remember that hope and despair often ebb and flow in our days, and that many people struggle with sorrow and depression. Then keep watch, strike a match, remember, pray, and sing. And now we will light the first candle. Traditionally, the first 3 candles are purple. The words to the hymn that will play as you see the candle lit in the video are from hymn 240 in the Lutheran hymnal. The words are, "Light one candle to watch for Messiah. Let the light banish darkness. He shall bring salvation to Israel. God fulfills the promise."